here. Giliberto Designs is a tailor. I'm super excited to meet with him. 8th floor. Let's get into it.
I am Rosario Giliberto. I am the father. Anthony Giliberto.
I'm the son. I'm the oldest son.
My oldest son.
Right.
And Russ
Giliberto Jr.
Giliberto, Russ Jr., Rosario Jr. You know, the three of us work together.
And how long have you guys been in business?
Well, we started Giliberto Designs in 1979. He's been in this country since 1954, 55, and he started on a 37th Street on Broadway, right in the same area. Wound up working for somebody, leaving them, starting a little company, like we said before, with 2-3 people back in 79.
79. The store that I worked for was one of the finest stores in the country. And I was there a good 20 years. Coleman Marcus.
It was like the Barneys of the 50s. Top quality suits, best clientele in the country. People used to fly in from all over the world to have their suits made and bought at this store. Cary Grant used to shop there.
Yeah.
And he fitted Cary Grant. Cary Grant wanted to take him away from the store and make him his own private tailor.
Yeah, he says to me, you have to work for me. After I left, you know, a lot of customers followed me.
Because he started the business, it was 1979. Remember, he's 40 years old now. I'm 17. I'm going to high school. He was in the shop going crazy. I was from school working with him and trying to help him as much as possible. That was my destiny. I had to go into business. So I jumped in and got involved. And he runs the production department, and I'm the sales department. And he's the guy who just watches over us.
What about this do you enjoy so much?
I love to see a finished product look good on a customer. Or a show, when you see an actor on stage wearing something that looks good, fits him well, people comment how nice it looks.
When you see a movie,
The Joker. So the red suit and the Joker.
So all my sons in school, they say, "Oh, my dad made the Joker suit," and all of a sudden my son is a superstar because now his family built that suit.
We don't know how to do anything else. That's what we did.
Are your kids doing this too?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. They all.
That stops right here.
Well, unfortunately,
I got a granddaughter now. Maybe she's going to start
No.
into the business. There'll be young people like yourselves that come into business that will want to come into our business, like learn the process and understand what needs to be done. And you never know. This is going to be a business here for the next 30 years. If Broadway's around, we're going to be here.
You said you have about how many employees? 50 normally?
Usually have 18. Usually have about 18 steady employees.
You mentioned your employee Joe. How long has he been here?
Joe's been here, and I was thinking about this the other day because I went back. He's been here since '84, so that's 36 years.
all these years, no one has ever missed a day. No matter what. 5 days a week, 52 weeks.
This is the first time that our people went unemployed.
Ever.
They did.
It breaks our heart. I remember it was March 12th. Monday, we came to work. And then I had to go over everybody and said, listen, I don't know what's going on. Come back to work April 7th. And then I had to text everyone on that Friday and says, we have to stay home. We don't know what's going to be. And our employees are gifted, crafted workers. They don't want to make a mask. It's not what they do, you know.
Because everybody's getting used to the fact that we're working with so little employees, you know, maybe hard to bring back your whole staff one day. And companies are saying, you know what, stay home. You don't have to come back to the city. That's what the problem is. The longer this thing lasts, the longer these people are going to start saying, you know, maybe I don't need 10 people. Maybe I can only use 7.
Exactly what's going to happen.
You know what I mean? Like,
become less important.
also, another problem is space in Midtown Manhattan. It's very expensive. And you know, with this pandemic that's going on, there's got to be some type of we have to have some type of reduction in rent and stuff like that because you just can't afford to stay Midtown Manhattan, occupy 8,000 square feet.
And have 3 workers.
It's just not feasible. It just doesn't work.
What do you think is something that is a misconception about your craft and what you do that the general public has?
I feel people sometimes often think it's easy. You could draw anything you want, but to actually produce what they envision, it's very difficult. We have to be walking distance from the theater. They walk over here, fittings all day, they go back and forth. You can't send that overseas. It doesn't work. This has to be made here.
You're as good as the guy who's taking the measurements. Measurements are very, very important. All right? Don't you agree? Yeah. To take
If
somebody's
you take good measurements, eventually a garment is going to come out. You got all kinds of shapes, and you got to fit their bodies. And this is the hardest thing, you know. But we do it, and when the garment is finished, it can be proud of. It's something that looks great.
We do a lot of stuff by hand. A lot of basting is done by hand. A lot of hand, we make hand buttonholes, hand finishing. So there's a lot of hand work involved. There's an assembly line. Everybody has a specific job, does that, but everybody does more than one job. And that we became lean and mean. So we're small, but it's a system, and it works.
Can we talk about some of your career highlights? Some of the projects you found most exciting, most enjoyable, most satisfactory?
There's a lot.
I know there's a lot. I know there's a lot.
Ain't Too Proud was one of our best shows. We've been doing Book of Mormon for how many years?
The men's clothing for the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Motown.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Schiff, so many.
The Irishman was great. I mean, I got to tell you, I love the period. I love the stuff. I mean, to see that stuff on the movies and just see all the stuff that style of the 60s. Scorsese is a very, very loyal guy to his people. And he had his driver, his personal driver, was in the movie. And as he comes up here, and he says, you know what? I need a white dinner jacket and a pair of pants. He says, tell Marty to pay for it. I says, no, I can't tell Marty to pay for it. He says, all right, we're making the video. I'm going to come back in August and fit it. And he never came to say, what the hell happened? I'm looking, he never shows up. I said, oh, no. Next thing I know, I follow Marty Scorsese on Instagram. He says, I want to say that my passing of my driver that was supposed to, he died.
We still have the jacket.
I have the jacket and the pants here, and I just fixed the suit. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. If you go in his wardrobe, but he doesn't throw anything out. He probably still suits.
I have things.
He could have been in some of the as an extra.
Exactly. It's so crazy.
Every one of us are in the same position. Every shop is in the same exact position with us. When we're busy, we're killing it. But now we have nothing. Every one of us.
Right now, we're doing work for mostly individuals that we still have as clients. I mean, I had people call me from Chicago, a client of mine. He says, what can I do for you? He says, how much work do you need to keep your shop busy? Just, people want to help. There's some people that just want to help because they know what we put into this business. We put our blood, sweat, and tears in. Believe me, it's an act of, it's hard to do what we do. And they see it, they realize it, and they want to help us.